Hello everyone, my name is Stanisław Frejlak. Welcome to the first episode of the Go News made by JIGS TV. Each Monday at 8:30 Central European Time we will provide you with the news from the Go world. This week the highlight in the international Go scene was the Nongshim Cup. Nongshim Cup is a very special competition, a team competition between Korea, Japan and China. It is played in a win and continue format, and the sponsor is Nongshim, an instant noodle food company from South Korea. Um, you can see how it is being played this year because of the pandemic situation. It cannot be played face to face, so it is played online, and you can see the participant with the Nongshim noodles at the table. Um, so what is the win and continue format? It means that each time there is just one match played, and um, the winner of this match stays and will play with the participant from the third team, and the loser of the match just gets out of the competition. So the first match here was Korea versus China, and the winner then played the Japanese player. There were 4 games played this week, and at the moment, 2 players from Korea got eliminated, 1 player from China and 1 player from Japan. So the competition is very tense. Mm, and there was very interesting thing in the game of the Chinese Guzihao versus the Japanese. The Japanese player resigned even though he was a little bit ahead. Mm, so no wonder this competition is a very interesting thing, and the next games, the next stage of the competition will happen in 1 month. So please wait for that and watch the games from this week. This is about the international competitions, and now let's move to the national title matches. So in in Japan, in the beginning of October, there was there happened the final of the 27th Agon Cup. Agon Cup is a tournament organized by a Buddhist sect called Agon Shu, and the final game takes place in their luxury temple in Kyoto. You can see this is a photo from there, and not sure if you can recognize the players. Oh, they're both wearing the masks, and the player on the left is Yamayuta. Um, the player on the right was Yamashita Keigo. Yamayuta managed to win the game, so he got the title. Except for that, there was also a more important title match happening, which was the Meijin. Yamayuta was playing in the title match with Shibano Toramaru. Both are 9-dan professional, and Yamayuta won 4-1. Why is it such a big score? Because this tournament is played in a format best of 7. Like the title match is best of 7. Only after you win 4 games you are getting the title. And in Japan, there are 7 big titles, and 3 of them are the most important, which are Kisei, Meijin, and Honimbo. There were times that Yamayuta was holding all 7 titles. Then some new young players appeared and took away a few of them from Iyama, but now Iyama wins Meijin, and at least he reunites the 3 crowns, Kisei, Meijin, and Honimbo. Um, all of these 3 titles have the final match, which is of the format best of 7. Mm, there was also another big title match in Japan, which was a female tournament, first Hakata Kamachi Cup. Um, and this tournament was organized for the first time this year, and the sad news is that this cup ends after the first edition. But there is also a happy news, and the happy news is that the sponsor of this tournament just decided to give the money to resurrect female Meijin. Female Meijin was used to be a very prestigious competition, but it was suspended in 2018. In 2018, there was the last edition, and now with the new sponsor, it will revive. So far, we had just the Hakata Kamachi Cup, and Fujisawa Arena beat Ueno Asami in the final. Ueno Asami is also a very strong professional. Lately, the Japanese media were euphoric after the September victory of Ueno versus Choi Jung. Not sure if all the viewers know Choi Jung. She is at the moment considered the strongest female player in the world, and she faced Ueno in the Goseigen Cup, which was held online. Yeah, so Japanese professionals are really battling against players from China and Korea. Choi Jung is Korean. So this is about the title matches which were finished, but there is also one very important ongoing title match, which is the 46th Tengen. In this match, Yamayuta is facing Ichiriki Ryo, and in the first round, Ichiriki managed to win by half a point. This round was played in Nagoya. The next round will take place in Sapporo. Each round is different place. Ichiriki, he is 8-dan professional, but he is one of the top Japanese players. Currently, he is holding the title of Gosei, and is also working as a journalist. Mm, that's about the news from Japan. And meanwhile, there was also a very important competition in China called Wangzhongwang, which means the King of the Kings. This is a special tournament where only 8 top Chinese players participate, and in the final, Kejie faced Tang Weixing. Before the tournament, Kejie, as he said later in the interview, he didn't feel confident because he knew that the opponents are very strong. However, he had a cheerful attitude and decided to just enjoy the tournament, and he says that this is why he eventually won. Um, in Korea, lately there were no title matches, but a new match has started today. This is Shin Jin-so versus Park Jong-hwan super match. Why these two gentlemen? Well, Park Jong-hwan used to be number 1 in Korea for a few years, but lately Shin Jin-so, a new young star, appeared, and from the beginning of this year, Shin Jin-so is holding the first place in the Korean rating list. And then a sponsor appeared who just wanted to have the match between these two super strong players. And who is the sponsor? The sponsor is the Name Island, and the sponsor wants this competition to have 7 games. So it is not best of 7; it is for sure 7 games, which will be happening in the upcoming weeks. Today, the first game was played, and it was a very close match, and eventually Shin Jin-so managed to win. And by the way, in this tournament, in each game, the winner gets about 11,000 euro, and the loser gets about 3,500 euro. These were the news from Asia, and now let's look what is happening in Europe. Well, also the pandemic is changing the how the Go scene looks, because not many tournaments are happening. In the second half of September, though, there was an international tournament organized in Pardubice in Czechia. I was there, and here on the photo you can see the main organizer, Jana Krzycowa. When I came, Jana told me that she is very happy I am coming, and maybe this is the last international tournament for the time being, and it seems that she was right. For example, now there was supposed to be the Bordeaux tournament happening with the Grand Slam qualification, but it was cancelled, unfortunately, because of the second wave. But the tournament in Pardubice was held. It happened, and it was very nice. This is, by the way, a part of a big board games festival, so there were also many chess players, bridge players, and many more. For me, it was the second time I was there. I really enjoy Moyo Open in Pardubice. And this time, who won? It was Kim Yong-sam. He won all his games. Kim Yong-sam 8 Dan is also a teacher in the Jena International Go School, JIGS. You can look at his t-shirt on the photo. So maybe this was the last international tournament for the time being, but some national tournaments are happening. 1 week ago, over 50 people gathered in St. Petersburg for the Cup of Russia, a very important Russian tournament. All safety measures were observed, and because of that, all the players were playing in masks, as you can see on the photos. The winner of the tournament, expectedly, was Ilya Shikshin, 3-dan professional, and the second place was decided in the last round in a tense game between Alexander Dinerstein, who managed to beat Anton Chernych. Also, a notable performance was achieved by Gennady Komuhin, who beat two 6-dan players, and thanks to that, he got a wild card for the National Championship of Russia, which will take place in 1 month. And I just got another news about offline face-to-face competition. I don't have the slide because this is a news from this weekend that there was the National Championship of Denmark held, and Mattis Isaksen became the champion. But because of the pandemic, many of the important European tournaments needed to be moved to the online format. So one of them was the European Professional Championship, which happened in the late September, and Ilya Shikshin became European Professional Champion. And also, there is another competition which is called PandaNet European Team Championship. It is a tournament which is happening throughout the year on a PandaNet Go server, but then the finals are each summer during the European Go Congress. This year, the European Go Congress got cancelled, got postponed to the next year, so the finals were held online, and France managed to keep their title of the European champion. And by the way, tomorrow a new season of the PandaNet European Team Championship is starting. The games will happen on the PandaNet Go server at 8 p.m. Please go there and watch. It will be very exciting. And maybe the most important, the most prestigious tournament, which is happening right now, literally right now, is the European Championship. It held on the online Go server. It is European Championship is always also held on the Go Congress, and this year, unfortunately, it was impossible, so it is online. But because of this fact, there were no entry fees for the Congress, which are always used to create the prize pool for the European Championship. And because of that, European Go Federation started a crowdfunding campaign. The crowdfunding campaign is available at the address okpal.com/EGF. Please go there and support the strongest players in Europe, so that the competition is really prestigious. And by the way, when you support the championship, you can also get something in exchange, and access to the pro commentaries of the matches and so on. So far, 3 rounds of the championship happened, and 8 people got into the quarterfinals. These are 6 EGF certified professionals and 2 strong 6-dan players, Anton Chernych and Benjamin Renguenezia. And the quarterfinals, all of the matches from the quarterfinals are happening today. And as you can see on the brackets already, we know 3 of the winners. So Artem beat Tanguy, Ali beat Benjamin, Mateusz beat Anton, and the match of Ilya versus Andrei Kravets is happening right now. But no worries, you don't need to leave the TV right now to watch the match. The match for sure will take will take more time. This is a match with a long time settings. It will you will still see the fights after the news is finished. Semi-finals and also the final and the third place match will have a format of best of three, so the competition is really prestigious. Besides the European Championships, Team Championships, Pro Championships, there are also being held friendly matches between China and Europe. We will hear more about them in one interview which we have prepared for you. Right now, I will just tell you about the match which is ongoing. This is a match between the European Go School, JIGS, and one Chinese Go School of Li'an. The current result is 8-6 for the team of Europe. I think it is not up to date on the photo which I have on the presentation, but yeah, two matches happened this weekend, and Europe is leading. This this competition is of the same format as the Nongxin Cup, so it is also win and continue. The players are between 6 and 19 years and between 5Q and 5 Dan, according to the Chinese rating. And the matches are happening each weekend, each Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Central European Time on KGS. So you can watch already next Saturday how Isabel, I guess, I think the image is up to date. I missed it. Yeah, because Isabel will be now playing Swen Jialin. We will see how the match goes. This is it about the news from the Go world, and now let's go to the interview section. The first interview I have here with the head of the Jena International Go School and also of this project Go News TV, and it is Mania Mart. So let's see what she has to say about the project we are starting today.
Why do we start the JIGS TV?
Actually, we think this is filling a gap. Here in Europe, we very often, even if you are passionate Go players, you don't know how a professional in Japan, Korea, or in China looks like. And you don't have a real idol because we cannot follow the news. We don't have this ability to assess the language. Therefore, we want to have this news to bring all this knowledge also to Europe. But at the same time, we also want to show the rest of the world what Europe is actually doing at the moment. We develop a lot, and maybe it also encourages people in other countries to develop Go.
And what type of content can we expect from the JIGS TV?
Actually, we would like to bring news to you. So it means not only from Asia, but also from Europe, also from America, South America, Australia, or maybe even Africa. So whatever we get information, we would like to report it in a condensed way to you. If you think there's something missing in the news, we would be very happy if you point us to something, and then we would like to integrate that as well.
How is the JIGS TV financed?
At the moment, this is a pilot phase, so it lasts 6 months, and you will see the Go News TV now every Monday at 8:30. And then it depends a little bit on the response and on the support from the community. We are thinking to maybe extend it, but for now it's just sponsored by the Jena International Go School for 6 months.
Do you have any other comments which you want to add about the JIGS TV?
Well, beside the fact that this is, I think, the first time, and it's really a very important step for Europe to develop, I think there is also at the same time a lot of room to improve on the technical side, the same as on the content side. So we would be really happy if you can help us and lead and direct us into the direction you actually would like to be entertained with. And I think this is the main reason.
I see. Thank you, Mania.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Mania. So, as you heard, we want your feedback. We want to know what is good, what you like, and what you want to change to be even better, and then the initiative will grow. This is it about the TV, and now let's move to an interview which is about the more about the actual news, more about what is happening in the Go world. So we have an interview with Artem Kachanowski, two-dan professional, about the online tournaments, the friendship matches of China versus Europe, and especially about the Silk Road tournament. This is a very important tournament, maybe not that well known, but for the top European players, it is one of the most prestigious tournaments. And let's listen what Artem wants to tell us about.
Hello, I am talking with Artem Kachanowski. He is one of our European professionals. He's two-dan professional. And I would like to interview you today about the Silk Road tournament. It's a Chinese tournament and it is very famous. So can you say why it is famous?
Hello, Manya. Silk Road tournament is famous because it's a competition between some strong Chinese amateurs and top European players. And there were already, I think, some 6 editions that were played face to face. All of them in China, except one from the last year was played in Vienna. There are 60 players and around 15 of them are Europeans. And this time there were only 16 players. And from them there were 7 spots for the Europe, so it was 7 European professionals playing in the tournament.
And I heard you became 6th place.
It's just the best result among all the Europeans in this year competition, but it happened already that the European player won the Silk Road tournament. Like last year, even I was the winner, and I think Ilya won once or twice the tournament. Once Pavel won the tournament, so actually 6th place is not the best one.
And this year's tournament, because of Corona pandemic, actually happened online. What was the tournament format and how did it go to play online?
The first round was knockout, so the one who loses doesn't continue, and then places from 1 till 8 were determined in a precise way. So in the end, there are first 8 players are determined precise. The Chinese players, they played face to face in China, and against us Europeans, they played online on the laptops.
And the Silk Road tournament was actually not the first Chinese European competition, which was held online since the start of the virus pandemic. Could you maybe introduce also the other competitions which were held?
Yes, so I think in total we had already at least 3 competitions between China and Europe since the last spring. And the first tournament, China had their amateur team, and Europe had had the mixed team of professionals and amateurs. And the tournament ended with a score of 10-2 in favor of China. And the only player who won some games in Europe was Benjamin from France. So he was a hero of Europe at that time. Then the next competition was in the end of April. It was Europe against China junior team. So in the both rounds we lost 9-1. We had a match between European students and Fudan University team. The final score was China won 11-10.
Thank you very much, Artem.
Thank you, Artem, for introducing the Silk Road tournament and also the friendship matches with the Chinese amateur team, Chinese youth professional team, and what was the last one? Aha, Fudan University. In fact, I took part in all of these 3 matches and I didn't win a single game, but still it was very nice to play with strong Chinese players. Except for the news about the Go world, we also want to have a fun part in this JIGS TV, and the first thing is a Tsumego competition. So, how will it look? We will have 3 problems each week. for each strength category. So double digit Q will get their own 3 problems, single digit Q, done players, and we will post these problems also on the website of the Jena International Go School, and we will ask you to send us the solutions until next Sunday. And it is very important to send it until Sunday, so that on Monday we can check your solutions, and then next week the current standings will be announced. How to send the solution? You just download the SGF file and you put the strongest variation. So not only the first move, but also the strongest response of white and so on, so that I can see that you found everything, like you really got deep into the problem, and for the correct solution you can get 3 points. And if it happens that maybe you didn't find the strongest response of the opponent, then the solution will be counted as semi-correct, and then it is 1 point. Maybe it will happen that someone has a solution which is basically correct, but there is some small flaw, then maybe also getting 2 points is possible. And why are we doing all of this? So after any participant gets 75 points, he will get a prize. What is the prize? This we don't announce yet. So for now, you are solving the Tsumegos for a surprise. And maybe more importantly, for your own Go skill training. Yeah, so please send the solutions to Tsumego at GoJIGS.eu, and these are the problems. It will be possible to download them from our website. I hope today in the evening. I think they're not there yet, but they will be uploaded. I hope you will like the problems. You will find them interesting. So did you solve all yet? Shall I go to the next slide, or you need still maybe a few more seconds? But we need to move on because we also have an advertisement. The advertisement is a video prepared by the organizer of the Jena tournament, which will happen in 2 weeks. The organizer is called Lena, and let's listen what she has to say about the tournament.
Hello everyone, my name is Lena and I'm the organizer of the Jena Go tournament. I'm organizing the Jena Go tournament for 4 years now, and I'm happy to announce that our next version will take place very soon on Halloween, which is already in 2 weeks. What's very special about our tournament this year is that it will take place face to face here in Jena. And we are happy to invite you to our tournament. For your participation, we will award you with many different prizes. For example, the best student player, the best U18 player, over 55 years, the best female player, the youngest participant, the longest distance for rival, and as well as the best newcomer. We will also award the first places in the classes of 1 to 9Q, 10 to 19 and 20 to 30Q. And last but not least, we are also happy to announce that there will be 2 free tickets provided in a tombola for you. So if you want to participate, please send an email to this link. And see you soon in Jena.
Thank you, Lena, for introducing the tournament. And as you heard, Lena is talking about 2 free tickets for the tournament. So what are the tickets about? Well, this we will have a chance to win in a tombola, because each week we will have this lottery. So we will ask you if you are interested in getting a free ticket to this tournament or to any other event, or for, I don't know, maybe a Go book which will be announced. Then please write us an email, and then we will use a fortune wheel to pick who actually wins the prize. And for now we don't have we never announced anything, so I will just show you how it looks like, the fortune wheel. I hope it will work. So let's spin it. And this time the winner would be Andrew Okun from the United States. This is how it will look like. So please write us the emails and then join our tombola. And for the end of the stream, we have a Go piece of the week. What is the Go piece of the week? Well, each week it will be different. This time it is this nice photo, which was made by the Russian professional photographer Misha Krylo. He's making really nice pictures from Go tournaments. And for the next weeks, I would ask you to send us your own sweet Go pieces, like a picture, short video, drawing, maybe a situation on a Go board, or your kid dressed as Hikaru no Go, or whatever you can think of. For this week, this is it, and also the last inquiry for all the viewers that we want to improve our TV from each week, and so if you want to advertise any tournament you are organizing, any cool Go project you are making in your own country, and you want the world to know about it, you want to inspire some other people, then please tell us by email to news@gojigs.eu, and we will include it in the next week episode. And also, if you miss something here, if something is done not perfectly, we will really like to hear any feedback from you. Any questions are really invited. So yeah, for now this is it. Thank you for listening to the first episode of the Go News by JIGS TV. My name is Stanisław Frejlak, and see you next Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central European Time.